Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Okay, entertainment only. What I did have down to have a look at was in regards to Giorgia Meloni, the Italian Prime Minister. Apparently, there's been some deep fake lingerie photographs circulating, so AI fake. Apparently, she's already part of a class action in regards to fake PORN that had circulated, where someone had sort of put her face onto figures that weren't hers. So we're talking about she was a felon supporting right-leaning prime minister at one stage, but I think she's having a big wake-up call. I'm actually feeling like I actually starting to like Giorgia Meloni. So I was going to have a read on that because there are some quite dramatic changes happening from the ground up and from the top down. And I also crossed my desk this morning was a new acronym for, well, no longer call it AI, call it PISS, standing for Plagiarized Information Stealing System or something along those lines. Because that's pretty much what AI is, stealing information to plagiarize it. Okay, so I was going to have a look to see whether Meloni was going to join the other countries such as France in bringing lawsuits against those like Fleon. But I'm going to pass by that for a moment. I also want to point out other news. Apparently, MTG let various people know that her son had received some unaliving threats, and the Orange Idiots basically said, well, that's your own fault. Yeah, and we know that the mafia mob that they are, pretty much, they don't threaten the people themselves, they threaten the family members. Mershon was a perfect example, and Comey is going through that at the moment with his daughter Maureen. Okay, so what am I going to have a look at? First of all, I do want to say it's spring in the Northern Territory. My guides are Northern Territory in the Northern Hemisphere. My guides are hammering on about now is the time. Go and buy yourself some hardy seeds, cosmos poppies, paper daisies, billy buttons, whatever you can get your hands on. Mix them all up in a jar and just scatter them on the sidewalks, etc., for them to come up in the cracks as soon as there's a snippet of rain. So yeah, absolutely go and do that. And they're also made me dig out this book from all my boxes to share with you, Retro Suburbia. And it's, what is it, a downshifter's guide to a resilient future. So great book. I bought it about 10 years ago, I think, or at least 10 years ago, but it just seems to be incredibly relevant at the moment. And it's about building really solid communities and how to build a community that you are resilient from what's happening in the world at the moment. Okay, or not, resilient for going forward for the world that is coming. Okay, but so what I want to actually have a look at, so I'm changing direction here because I thought, oh, I'll just have a quick look to see what latest news is. So Persia is denying that it launched the attack on the UAE. Remember, there was a missile attack on the UAE, and I believe it hit a oil refinery or loading port or something along those lines. So a spokesman for Persia's Revolutionary Guard denied that they were behind the latest missile attack. And they said, had such an action taken place, we would have announced it with decisiveness and transparency. Therefore, the report by that country's Ministry of Defence is absolutely denied and devoid of truth. So this is Persia coming out and saying, hey, if we did it, we would have said we did it, but we didn't do it. And that's very much along the lines of, remember I said yesterday, the White House came out and said, made a statement about a warship being hit, and the Persians came out and said, "More nice," and then there was an announcement, warship hasn't been hit. There are propaganda lies being put out, but also false flags that are being put out. Okay, so first of all, Persia's denying that it launched this attack. And basically Persia have come out and said, we warn that if any action is taken from the soil of the UAE against Persian islands, ports or shores, they will deliver a crushing and regretful response. So they've pretty much said, it wasn't us. So who was it? I mean, who was it? If it wasn't them, was it a false flag? So I'm going to have a look at that. At the same time that the Orange Idiot has paused his Project Freedom, literally hours after it came into effect. Now, my guides are telling me to use the Universal Tarot, so Golden Universal Tarot. Poor box, must get out the sticky tape for it. So the Persians have come out and basically said that the US has failed to achieve its objectives, and no, it wasn't anything to do with a potential peace deal. Now, what a sad state of affairs that we live in, that we believe the Persians, what comes out of Tehran over what comes out of the White House. So, was the attack on the UAE a false flag? And I'll see if I can narrow down who actually did it. I'm hearing is not real. Okay. Was it a false flag? Yes. 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 Looking for, so this is information potentially coming from overseas, but you've got here the empty horizon. Then you've got another yes. So, okay, for those that are listening, the Fool card, yes, big yes. Off the cliff, foolish action. Next card was the Hermit, the isolation, but trying to shine a light on a path forward, trying to find a path forward. 2 yeses, Major Arcana. The third card, we've got the King of Swords. Look at him declaring the truth, this King of Swords on this particular deck. Armored up, declaring the truth and challenging anybody to deny it. We've then got the Three of Wands. Didn't come from our shores, so this is information being put out there. Didn't come from our shores with the Three of Wands there. And then we've got the King of Pentacles, the decrepit old king, trying to come up with something new, a new opportunity, trying to create a new opportunity. We then have the Death card, another yes, to do with the end and an ending. And then we have the Ace of Wands, another yes. So out of all those cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 cards, 6 of them are yes cards, which are Major Arcana and Court cards. So the downfall of the king, perhaps, and the information being brought forward. But it's a big yes. We've then also, if I keep going off the top, we've got the nightmare situation, and the devil. The nightmare situation that they've found themselves in, and the devil, the narcissistic devil energy, cannot back down, can never back down. Anyone who's been married to a narcissist know that it's never, nothing is ever, ever, ever their fault, and they will never back down and they will never apologize. And then we've got the Five of Pentacles and the government. Out in the cold, the government. or pretty much hanging on to the money and casting everybody else out in the cold. The regime. Royal decree. I saw something this morning about the signature. It's TRUMMMMM, capital P. We've got justice here. Justice, ending with the Ten of Cups and the Tower card. Justice, to bring an ending and a Tower moment. It's so close. It feels so close. Come on down while I poker shuffle them back in again. So I'm going to say yes, it was. It was a false flag that did not work. Where did, show me through the cards. Where did, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just poker shuffle these in. I'm going to shuffle. Then I'm going to split the deck. And the card where the split is going to tell me who created this event. Was it UAE? Was it is not real? Was it the US? Was it the Saudis? Show me. Wasn't UAE, thank you. Who created this event? Persia are coming out and saying it ain't us. It ain't us. That's the diplomat, the negotiator, being open and honest. Right. Split the deck. Who was it? Queen of Wands. Keeping the information hidden. A part of a plan, a strategy. To unexpected out of left field. Trojan horse. Who was it? Three of Wands. Trying to bring an end to something through manipulation. Now on the back foot defending. Who was it that did this? That's the straight emptied. The plan with the straight emptied. Wanting to try and bring an end to this situation. Okay, I'm going to ask this slightly differently. That back randomly, keep shuffling. What country did this order come from? What country did this order come from? King of Cups. Careful what you wish for. I'll just put that up there. What country? Sorry, the light on it. What country did this order come from? What country did the missiles or the attack come from? What country did the attack come from? Because it doesn't matter where it was ordered from. What country did this attack come from? Trying to keep it hidden. Right, try that again. What country did this attack come from? Oh, that feels too heavy. You want it there? On the back foot, on the defensive. The death, ending. What country did it come from? Going to be revealed. Foolishness of it. Show of strength, perhaps, or ego. A government, Government? What country though? What country? Inability to harvest, an ending. Is not real. When I pulled that, I was thinking of Net, the Yahoo. If you have a look at all his announcement videos from his office, they are, if you turn the volume off, slow it down, have a close look, they are very obviously AI. Speaking of AI, I also read today, I don't know how true this is, that there is one way to tell if something's AI, there's like a slight wash of yellowing across parts of the video. Don't know how true that is, don't know how that stands up, but just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, is not real. What a stupid, stupid, stupid move. It will come to light. Oh, boy. There may be some announcement of, trying to take higher ground in regards to this, all the while blocking the truth from getting out there. What's on the bottom? Payment, perhaps, judgment, star, the narcissist, overreach, cups, ace of cups, the emperor. Someone who, I think this is a cleansing of the new partnerships. It could be this emperor. Somebody who had a lot to gain from it, but is fast running out of money. I mean, the US is as well, fast running out. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say it was Wheel of Fortune, fate coming to bite them on the bum. And there's that again, is not real. That's what my guides are telling me, that this attack came from is not real. The planning, the undercover planning that took place. Just the fact that the new Australian mainstream media has put this out there, shows that, even questioning it. What they've also just put out, the more than 600 attacks against US facilities in Iraq during the conflict. So even in Iraq, so we're not getting the full. They're trying to keep a lid on the truth of the situation over there, the regime. Okay, where do you want me to go with this, guys? They're telling me to put those away and grab out this beautiful deck that one of my lovely viewers sent me. It's an oracle deck. They are not, I believe, available for sale, but by crikey, they should be, because they are absolutely gorgeous cards. So this is more about cards for you on what is a Wednesday hump day for me. Buy your seeds, spread them in the parks, pavements, flower seeds. See what springs up, because it is spring. So, a couple of cards for us on what is a Wednesday. Down, let's have a look. Nourishment. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Well, you can a little bit, because planting seeds is about dreaming of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment and nourish what you have. Water your own garden, pretty much. Nourishment. Nourish what you have. You're dreaming, you can dream of the future, because by nourishing what you have will bring the future, but do not dwell in the past. The protection, the eye of Horus. Rejection is God's protection. So reject what does not serve you. Step out. Step out is what my guides are telling me. And have courage. A ship is safe in harbour, but that's not what ships are for. Have courage to go out and explore. All healing at first starts with the heart, but also explore. As I said in another video, and let it go. Absolutely. The truth is, unless you let go, unless you forgive yourself, unless you forgive the situation, you cannot move on. But let go of what does not serve you. Let go of dwelling in the past and go out and explore, because this is part of the healing and the courage. My guides have been telling me to tell you not only about retro suburbia, but also, and scattering the seeds, but also hop onto Instagram and watch a few reels about people being creative in just the most amazing ways. Cake decorating or pottery or landscaping or whatever. Really inspirational things to watch. Okay. Just be aware of the Georgia Maloney situation with the AI. My guides have brought it to the attention to prompt you to keep an eye on something there, and deep breath. Feels like the orange idiot is swirling the toilet bowl, but he refuses to let go of the rim. For those that have known people that have refused to let go, to pass over, yeah, it's very much a real thing. A fear of passing over. They will literally hang on with their claws until there can be no denial of it anymore. Whereas those that say, yep, I'm ready, and it's a comfortable journey. For those that hang on, incredibly difficult. And he's going through incredibly difficult times at the moment. Should I feel so happy about that? Okay, love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.